Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? This is Muhammad Ali, teacher of English, STEM October. I hope that you are in the best state of health and mind, and I hope that you are enjoying your time with your families. And let's all pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us in our fight against this COVID-19. And let's hope also that scientists will be able to find a cure very soon. Just keep safe, stay home. Okay, the goals of the presentation today, inshallah, are number one, we are going to correct some of the mispronounced words in English, and number two, we are going to do some exercise about the grammar of Upstream Unit 4. So let's start with the first part. Before you start, I need you to hold your pen and your notebook because I will be speaking for just about a minute and a half, and while I'm speaking I need you to write down the mispronounced words I will say. So let's start. The school principal asked me to hand him a report about the capstone exception, the last term. So I thought, what should I do? I'm not so good at taking photos, and I didn't have the basics of taking photos. So I went to Mr. Hisham because he is an expert in this, and I told him, oh, Mr. Hisham, please help me. I'm not a good photographer, and the school principal asked me to hand him a report about that important event which is capstone exception. So he gave me a lot of pieces of advice which helped me very well, and thanks to those pieces of advice I did it very well. And after that I was determined that I must improve myself at this field. And there was a funny photo which is after the exception was done. I saw one of the students who was riding his bicycle, and I asked him if I could take a photo while he was riding his bicycle. So I'm done. So let's start. The first word is this, it's called event, not event. So it's called event, not event. I need you to differentiate between those two words. The first one is the verb, and the second is the noun. So the verb is pronounced as exhibit, exhibit, and the noun is pronounced as exhibition, exhibition. So again, exhibit and exhibition. This word is not bicycle, but it is pronounced as bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. The next is whether it's a noun or a verb, it's not report, but it is report, report. Thus, I said it as basics, but it is not the sound, it is se. So it is basic and basics, so it is not basic. The next, this is not expert, but it is expert, expert. This is not determine. And it is not determined, the adjective, but the verb is determine, and the adjective is determined. The last word is, this is photograph, photograph, and I need you to just the first, pho. So is so photograph or photograph, but the last one is fa, so it is schwa sound, so it is photographer. So the stress is on the first syllable here, but in the second word the stress is on the second syllable. So photographer, not photographer. So this was the first section of our presentation. Let's move to the second part. Okay, choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. The grammar of Unit 4 has a number of points, so to enough, the comparison, and verbs that are followed by verb plus ing or to plus infinitive. So let's start with the first one. I will give you just about 20 seconds to read the question and answer. Okay, yes. Of course, the first question is so easy, so yes, it is so, because Mr. we have so plus adjective plus that. So when you have that, so in this case, you choose so. The next question. Yes, also this is easy. So the tea was space hot for me to drink. When you have to plus infinitive, so in this case we choose to. So if we have that, we choose so. If we have to plus infinitive, we choose to. Number 3. Okay, I need you to read very carefully because this is to. Some people might choose to. No, in this case you are wrong because to here it's followed by a pronoun. So this is not an infinitive. So what is this? We have that. And if we have that, so we must choose so. So Noha speaks so rudely to her classmates that they have decided not to speak with her. Question number 4. This is also a very good question. The question was space difficult for the students that set for the test to answer. So in this case, Mr. we have that and we have to. So in this case, what is the answer? The answer is to. Why? Because that here is a relative pronoun to the word students. That هنا شباب that set for the test. الجملة دي كلها relative clause لكلمة students. So الجزء الأساسي بتاعك اللي هو to plus infinitive. So in this case we choose to. So the question was too difficult for the students to answer. Of course, this is also an easy question. The exam was a space to answer. But I need you to be careful because you have enough. But enough is preceded by an adjective. So we have too difficult. So the question or the exam was too difficult to answer. And also here I need you to think, because Mr. that the exam was too difficult to answer. Can we say the exam was too difficult to be answered? Which one of them is right? So we see that both of them are right. We can say the exam was too difficult to answer, or the exam was too difficult to be answered. Both of them are right. Question number 6, and read carefully. Okay, we have to plus infinitive. So in this case, some people might choose to pride, but I'm sorry, this is not the right answer. This is shine. This is a verb. What describes the verb? The adverb. So in this case, you must choose an adverb, and the adverb ends with ly, so it is brightly. So the lamp wasn't shining brightly enough for everyone to see. And as we said, enough is preceded by an adjective or an adverb. This depends on the verb itself. Number 7. The same idea, we have woke. This is a verb. So I need an adverb. So I can't choose slow enough. I can't choose too slowly. Why, mister? Because we have that, and we said that to plus an adjective or an adverb plus to plus infinitive. But we have that, so in this case we must choose so slowly. Here you have this space and this space, and you need to choose which one. So we have a rule in comparison that is very important, and too many students do not know how to use it, which is there and there. We have two in each side of the sentence, and after both of them we must have the comparative verb. They must be followed by an adjective plus er, or long adjective, or more or less. So the plus adjective plus er, or more or less. Also the other side is adjective with er, or more or less. So in this case, the more complicated, so this is the first part. Here we have most, so this is wrong. The more complicated, the hardest, this is est, so it is wrong. So the more complicated, hardly, where is the? So the more complicated, the harder. So you know that when we have the adjective must end with est, or we choose most. But in this case we have the and the in both clauses. So this rule must be followed by adjective plus er, or more or less, and also the other side the same thing. Number 9. So we have ran, the past of run. So in this case you must choose an adverb. So I can't use bad because bad is an adjective, so it is wrong. Good is an adjective, so it is wrong. The adjective, the adverb of bad is badly. The adverb of good is well. So both of them are wrong. So we have badly and we have well. So this is right. So let's continue. We have ran and also we have ran. So I must choose the comparative of both of them. So we have badly, well, we have worse, we have best, we have worst, we have better. So in this case I need to go back to the sentence again, and I need to see whether I'm going to use the comparative verb or the superlative verb. So I bagged 3 horses. My star ran, either it's badly or well. So the second sentence, the sun ran. So in this case I need the comparative verb, because this is my star, this is the first horse, and this is the second horse. So in this case this is the comparative verb, which is worse. And wind ran there, so there I must use the superlative verb, which is best. So the answer is number B. Notice the star ran badly, the sun ran worse, and the wind ran the worst. But here this is well, this is the adverb. But better, I don't have that. And here we have the, we don't have best. Number 10. So, prefer. I prefer space by bus to space by train. When we prefer two things, one over the other, with prefer. So, prefer is followed by, in this case, verb plus ing. And in the other side, we must choose to. And to also is followed by verb plus ing. So, in this case, I prefer to travel. This is wrong. Being traveled, this is wrong. So I prefer traveling by bus to traveling by train. Number 11. Be careful because you have used to, only it's followed by infinitive. So I used to wear. So, but when we have verb to be or get before it, so in this case followed by verb plus ing. So I'm not used, I can't use to wear, can't use having because I don't have to. I can't use to have because in this case it's followed by infinitive, so I'm used to wearing a suit. You should avoid is followed by directly verb plus ing, so you should avoid traveling. Okay, question number 13. Okay, yes, excellent. May, because we have makes followed by an object and then the infinitive directly. So what made you do it? The next question. Yes, excellent. Be careful because to is usually followed by infinitive. However, with certain verbs and certain words, it's followed by verb plus ing. And as we said, be used to, get used to, in addition to, be or get accustomed to, and we have object to. It is like refuse, but refuse followed by to plus infinitive, but object to is followed by ing, so it is smoking. The next. Yes, he advised me to buy, but the next one, he advised space. Yes, buying. Certain words, when they are followed by an object, they are followed by to plus infinitive, like advise, like allow, like permit, like encourage. However, if we do not have an object, so they are followed by verb plus ing directly. 17. Helping? No. Yes, this is to help. Why to help? Because we have so plus an adjective plus as plus to plus infinitive. This is used in formal requests. So would you be so kind as to help? So we have this new rule: so plus adjective plus as plus to plus infinitive. The next. Yes, this is right. To be honest. Also, we use to plus infinitive with certain expressions, like to be honest, to tell the truth, to begin with. Next, this is also maybe new. My son does nothing all day, but yes, excellent. It is play only. Sorry. Why? We have do nothing, do everything. And but or except, and they are followed by infinitive only, or this is we call bare infinitive, infinitive without to. So again, do nothing, do everything but or except, and they are followed by per infinitive without to. So my son does nothing all day but play computer games. Yes, excellent. This is infinitive. You have Peter, Harry, and be careful because this is had with Peter, so this is have Peter, but with rather, so it is would rather. The next, some of you might choose the tallest, but this is wrong because how many girls do we have? We have 2. So in this case, it is still comparison. So Hind is comparison. So in this case, we must use the adjective plus er. So Hind is the taller of the 2 sisters. So we have 2 sisters, Hind and his sister. So Hind is the taller. This homework is based on the previous one. So we have this homework and the previous one. So also this is still comparison because we are comparing between only 2 things. So more easier than I can't use more with er because more equal er. So this is wrong. The easiest, this is not superlative. So we have much more easier, the same thing, I can't use more with er. So we have only much easier. So we can use much, a lot, a bit, slightly with adjective plus er or more just to measure the degree. Just for example, Ahmed is very tall. Ahmed is taller than Mustafa. So Ahmed is much taller than, means he is taller than with a lot, too much height. But Ahmed is slightly taller than, so in this case the difference is only 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, and so on. The next. Oh, mister, what is this? Noha is space taller than, Hala, more, most, less, as. So we know that Noha is taller than. So what is this sentence? So I can't use more because more is followed by a long adjective. Noha is more beautiful than Hala. And most, this is superlative, and we don't have, still have 2. Less is also used with long adjectives. Tennis is less exciting than football. And as, I don't have as the other side. So in this case, what is the answer? The answer is less. This sentence or this rule might be new to some of you because we can use less before short adjectives. So, for example, the Amazon is less long than the Nile. So, Noha is less tall than Hal. So again, less is used before short adjectives. And in this case, it is like ER. 24. We have people. So in this case, I can't use much. And also we have that, so in this case I can't use to and I can't use very because when we have that, so we must use so. So he meets so many people. 25. Yes, excellent. Fresh fruit costs twice as much as canned fruit. So yes, excellent. I can stand people smoking around. Can't stand is followed by someone or something, so we use verb plus ing. The next 27. Yes, excellent. Can't afford is followed by to plus infinitive, and I need you to be careful because can't with certain words can't help or couldn't help is followed by verb plus ing. But can't afford is followed by to plus infinitive. This is a wonderful question. Because too many of you will choose she has. And I'm sorry to say that this is not the right answer. Mister, how come? We have she and she takes has. So why this is wrong? First of all, recommend when we do not have subject or we do not have that, it's followed by verb plus ing, like suggest. So I recommend going to the zoo. I suggest going to the zoo. But when it's followed by subject or that, so in this case we must choose the infinitive, whatever the subject is, he or she or it or whatever. Why? So first of all, the answer is that she have. So why, Mr. should we choose have with she? Because there is a rule with recommend and suggest followed by subject, and then after the subject I must use should. And as we know, should is followed by infinitive. So whether should is written or is not written, we use the infinitive. So again, suggest, recommend. When we don't have a subject, we use verb plus ing. But if we have that or subject, in this case we must use the infinitive, because we have should, and should, whether it's written or not, it's followed by infinitive. Of course, here have, this is wrong at all, and that she will have, you have recommended, so this is, it can't be, because this is past, and we have here well. 29. Yes, this is also a good sentence. Our house needs painting. You can space a company paint it. You can tell, ask, or get. The three must be followed by company to plus infinitive. So you can get or ask or tell a company to paint it. So in this case, what we choose only have. This is something we call in grammar, which is called causative. After we have plus someone plus infinitive directly. So you can have a company painted. We can also use get in this rule, but get is followed by someone and then to plus infinitive. So you can get a company to paint it. Inshallah, we will come to this when we have some exercise on the passive. 30. Of course, here we have still comparison, he and his father. So tool then, this is wrong. As tool and as tool then, this is also wrong. So tool as, I can use so in comparison when we have two things that have the same quality, but so is usually used when the sentence is negative. Ahmed is not so tool as. So in this case we use as tool as. This lesson is based then, so we have then. So in this case I can't use the hardest. More hard, this is a short adjective, so I can't say more hard. And as we said before, more equal er, so more harder is wrong, so much harder. The last question. So he drove so fast, we have so, and we have here fast is an adverb because of drive, so we choose that. He drove so fast that the passengers became frightened. The rest of the choices cannot be used, because for example, then must, this is not comparison. As his car had broken down, so this is past perfect, so this should happen first. So how come his car broke down and then he drove it? When he was caught by the police, so he can't or he couldn't be driving when he caught or when he was caught by the police. So the right answer is C. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your time with us, and this presentation has added a lot to your information. Thank you so much. Inshallah, see you soon.